Hi, it's Brian and Sharon. May 25th, 2020. Out in the bee yard, we're going to take a look at hive number 3. This was a package bees that we got from Georgia, and so they were in one medium, and last week we gave them some room to see how they look. A few bees there. Set these down here. And not much is happening in this top. We gave them some frames, some foundation. Looks like, yeah, they're festooning there. Not sure. Let's see if I can get both of these out at the same time, so you kind of see how they hook together. And they do that when they're building wax. You see one bee's like swinging around in the air. It's like, hey, I can't touch anybody. And so see, they're building wax here, and they sort of build it from the inside, and then they go out. And we've talked about how you'll have that same shape, but out here where the queen will lay eggs, and you'll have your brood, and then the corners up in here are where they keep the supplies, honey and nectar and pollen. Okay, so good. I can put those right back down in there. Then we'll set that box back off. Glad to say they're building some wax. And I did put a frame on either end with some capped honey, just to give them supplies in case the weather turned bad for an extended period of time or something like that. Okay, looks like we might have a few bees that have built out some things in this box. Again, I donated some honey from last year so that they would be able to uncap that and move it wherever they needed it. I do usually have some leftover honey that I freeze, and then I have it to help support new hives the following year. Let's see what we look at. Here's some comb that we just put in here. Already drawn, so they don't have to do any work for that. There's a new foundation from this year, and that side's not built out, but this side they completely built it out. So we're storing some pollen in there and nectar. So that one side is full of nectar. Now you can see how the bees are sort of packed in here in the middle. Let's see what they're doing here. This is a frame of old comb, already drawn. Not much is happening there, but on this side, you see a little bit of capped brood and some larvae. So the queen's been up here laying in box number 2. And you could probably see best on here, what I was talking about, that sort of arch that's dark. That's where the brood's been, and then up in the corners you have nectar and pollen and honey. Looks like they went to this side first. I've got some brood, lots of uncapped brood here. Lots of uncapped brood here. It's really nice. Goes down in size. So you see the larger brood here, as it gets farther from the center, the size goes down because they're younger. Queens tend to lay in the middle and go outward, sometimes in a spiral pattern.
Let's see if I could see one of the little eggs, but I don't see an egg. I just see larvae.
Yeah, eggs are hard to see when you don't have sunshine. Sometimes you can get sun that if you angle the comb just right, you can get the sun down in there. Also, lost my magnet. Oh, there it is. So if you're looking at the edge of a frame like this, there's a mid-rib down the middle, and then they build comb out each side. The comb doesn't come straight out. It actually goes at an upward angle. So that's how the nectar stays in there. You know, if it was angled like this and they put nectar in there, it'd run out. If it was flat, a certain amount would run out, so it's angled up. So when you're looking at it straight on, you're only seeing a portion. You have to angle it down and look down in it. There's new comb. You have any on your side?
New comb, yep.
So sometimes I'll flip it up like this, but I don't want to hold it that way too long. When I have it like this, so right now I'm seeing straight down into each cell. So you can see the frame is at an angle. And here's another one of the frames that we put in that already had some comb drawn out. They don't seem to be interested in the old comb at all, except to put some nectar in there. So as the queen is laying, she will come up to a cell that has been cleaned up by the worker bees, and she'll measure the cell with her forelegs to make sure it's the right diameter and everything looks good. And she'll check it to make sure it's clean, and if everything meets to her satisfaction, she'll turn around and deposit an egg in that frame. The amazing thing is that the queen bee can lay up to 2,000 eggs a day in one day. So that's a lot of measuring, a lot of checking, a lot of depositing eggs. Aren't you glad humans don't have 2,000 babies a day?
Speaking as a midwife, yes.
Okay. And here are those frames that are on the edge that in this bottom box. And the bottom box, this was a package of bees, so it didn't come with anything. I think we may have a video where we put in the package. So all this they've had to build from scratch with literally a box full of bees. So let's see what they've done down here in the bottom box. I gave them some older comb with some older honey in there, and they've filled that with pollen and nectar. Wow.
Rude. That's what you like to see.
Yeah, look on this side.
Ooh, pretty.
Almost solid.
That's what you want to see.
That's what you want to see.
That means you've got a queen and she's busy.
Now you'll notice that on some of the frames, I have,
Wow.
another solid frame.
Same here.
Yeah. So if you look at the top of the frame, you'll see this right side up Y and upside down Y. So there's something called the Housel method, and it's on the website. But basically, with the floor of a cell is made up of 3 sort of flat plates, and so it makes the shape of a Y. There's a hexagon, and then with those 3 plates, you get a Y shape. And the Y, when you look into a frame, and we'll see if we can see it, you either see the Y right side up or the Y upside down, depending on the way the plates are, and the whole frame will be oriented that way. And so with the Housel method, the theory is that the bees like the orientation to be on one side or the other. So the center doesn't matter, but as you go out, they want that orientation in a certain way. So I've looked at the orientation of the frame, because one side will be one way and the other side will be another, and because of the midrib in the middle. Another great frame of brood. So I tried to orient the frames in the right way. I don't know that it makes a difference, but couldn't hurt. And that's some they're building out.
And I think I see larva in there. I think. Yep.
Yeah, I see so. Oh, so look, can you look down in that cell right there? Let me orient this correctly. Do you see the Y in the bottom of one of those empty cells?
Hard to tell. Okay. Maybe we've got it. Yeah. Yeah, now I can see it.
Yeah. So there's research that says it matters if the Y is right side up or upside down. I was going to try to see on here, but it's harder to see on this side. It's easier to see with the drone cells, just because they're bigger. Okay, so this is great. Lots of brood. The bees seem happy. They don't seem real angry, which is nice. I'll straighten these up, get these put back together. At some point I need to look at the rest of these frames and orient them right with the Housel method, and maybe that'll make the bees even happier. And that's what it's all about, is happy bees. Okay, so get this back together, get the stuff back on, button up number 3. Everybody looks good, no problems in the bee yard, no funny smells, no weird looking brood, larvae or anything, no bees that look diseased or that have any kind of neurological thing. So far I think we're in good shape. So we will do this again next week. We'll see you in the bee yard.